So hello, Thomas.
Hello.
We are gonna have a look at the Eowave stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a bunch of new stuff, right?
Yeah, a lot of 7 to be precise, but we are going to show like 6 and start with 1, let's say. The one who is currently in production. And this one is a Tempete Magnetique. Like it's a version kind of MK2 of a filter we used to do. It's called like the fluctuation magnetic. And we renamed it because we changed a lot of things inside. Same form factor, so you have like 4 12 dB filters. You can link them, put its multi-mode, so each one you can choose between high pass, band pass and low pass, put them in parallel, serial, sync them, and let's just show how it sounds. So let's put some, like it's a square, and so it's a filter, like as you have heard hundreds of times, some sweeps. But the thing is, we work this filter in a way that we want to like push the person who play with it to use it in like let's say in another way than like
Just a regular filter.
yeah, just a regular filter. It's called complex filter because you have like a cross-modulation between the two parts as complex oscillator, and outputs have been worked to be fed back to the input, so you can make kind of weird oscillator.
I mean, it sounded already. It sounded quite like strange. It's got a very strange, like fizzly resonance there.
Yeah, yeah, and you can link them, so you can do also like crossovers kind of stuff, or 48 dB filter if you want. You can like use really like a regular filter. But the thing I want to show you is like gonna remove that. I can like, let's take the second filter. Like I can feedback the output of the first filter to the input. And now I have an oscillator. This one is an oscillator. Put this in serial to the second one. I have now send voice with this like 2 filters. And this filter has also an envelope follower and a ping input. So you can ping and follow the envelope, but the envelope follower can be used as like a classical envelope. But since it's all analog, it's responsive with the dynamic of the gate. First, like the filter are tuned kind of volt per octave, so you can like.
So you've essentially got a full voice there now, right?
Yeah, just here.
Just without the VCA.
Yeah. But thing is like you have this. Let's take like this one is a gate. So I can choose the envelope follower if it go to both filter or just the second one. I can put a gate inside, and here just the second one. So this is I have now send voice with like envelope, and I can do the same on the other side. But let's do like an oscillator on this side, same as this one. And with this fader, I can cross-modulate both like part of the filter and choose the amount of cross-modulation as a complex filter. So it's a bit messy right now, and I can also CV control this modulation to make like crunchy kind of stuff. Let's talk about the ping input. It's normalized to the first input, so I can ping classical ping. Like let's do like a small ping like this, but since the first input is normalized to the envelope follower, I can use like when I ping, it's go here, and the envelope is following the ping like shape, and I can shape kind of shape some drum. But since I've always my like other oscillator, I can cross modulate and make kind of like FM weird sound with that. Yeah, no. the best reason, but I mean, show how it works. And another way to use it is like you can wave shape some sound. And for example, I have some sine here, and I can use that. Let's remove the ping. I have just the output of the second one. So this is a sine. And since it's cross-modulated both parts,
you can get really complex kind of sounds out of it.
And another way to wave shape is putting an oscillator to the ping input. So it ping, the envelope follower is following the ping input, and you can have a pretty gnarly kind of filter wave shaper. You can still do your other oscillator with this part. And for example, this should some kind of weird FM. You can that's CB control the oscillator, like CB control this one, and you have still the envelope follower. You can use as an envelope.
So is the filter design based on anything, or is it your own design?
No, it's inspired by Oberheim filter at first, but modified, and all the output has been we work a lot on the oscillator part. It's really made to to push you to do also to wave shape your sound, not just filter, because here it's just a sine with inputted, a sine, a gate, and you can pretty much wave shape like some crazy stuff.
So should we move on to the next one? Yeah.
And so this to mix that, we have a new mixer module, which is called the Supamix for some pan mix. And this module is a really compact mixer because we love the 7U format. And on this one, you often have not a lot of space to put mixer, but you want sometimes pan things or mix things basically. So this one we choose to have two manual pan, two CV pan, because you don't need to pan everything, but that's nice to CV pan things. Two stereo pan because module now
there's a lot of stereo stuff, yeah.
And there isn't a master volume on it, but you can link the back to our new headphone modules, so you can be more compact like this. You have mutes, and the thing is, this mixer has it's fully analog except for the mute LED and mute gestion, but you have 12 VCAs, and each one has been worked with a small attack release envelope to avoid you don't have click. It's even better than backroll, and we spend a lot of time working on that. And thing is, on this mixer you have a kind of unique feature, you can there is an input we call a swap, mute swap, and there is 6 mode who will allow you to automate mutes, to be a bit more creative than a classical mixer. For example, the first one, it's you can change the mode. You have 6 modes with access with the 6 button, and the first mode is when your gate is low, you have your mute states. You can see this mute are on, and if you go high, it will reverse the mute states. So, and it will be accessible with this button too. Not implement that right now, but so you can change your scene just one press, and it changes. The second one is a trig. Right. It reverse when you trig. You have a kind of more creative use. It's
how quick is it? Could you potentially go up to audio rates and kind of do amp modulation
for now,
sort of stuff?
You will be, but low audio rate. But we are working on that. But we don't want this to be too fast, because after that you can have the microcontroller make some noise, and
Right,
we
okay.
want to be really low in noise. And I think we are going to work like to go at the limit of the envelope, because you have an envelope, and on each one to avoid the clicks.
Yeah, okay, of
But
course,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And so you have also like a kind of weird, like a sequencer who embeds the mute, the current state. So to be more creative, you have a binary counter to have access to all the possibility.
Right,
A
okay.
random, like you can input a CV, and if it's around 2 volts, it's like not you have less chance to have your mute like on, and more you go to 5 volt, more you have a chance.
Right, okay.
Like more creative use. And
Yeah.
the last one will be like normally a rotating. It will rotate like
Rotate the outputs, right.
yeah, like
the
and
mutes,
the last
yeah,
one
yeah.
go,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
0 volt is normal, 5 volt is a full like full
Rotation,
cycle.
yeah, okay.
So yeah, kind of creative use. We also have this one. I'm going to remove this because this one is another one with fully analog, and that's how drums are made, except the clap right now. But this one is like 4 decay. So you have 4 decay, 4 VCA in a pretty compact form. The decay are exponential, and each one is like plugged to one of the VCAs right here. And you have some, like you have individual output for each like VCAs and each envelope. And you have also mix output, and if you plug something on one of the output, it removes from the mix. So
Right, yeah, okay.
And it's fully analog, so you can play with dynamic on the gate, and it will like change
Change the decay or change
sense amplitude, and
Right,
you have
okay.
also control over the decay time, and it's normalized, so you can have one normalized pre attenuation to the last one.
So I guess if it can react to kind of dynamic triggers, it would work well with like pad triggers and stuff like that, because you can
Can, of course, that's a nice way. Or just standard trig, but you put a VCA before, and so you create like really like kind of organic. That's the beauty of analog stuff. It's not just a gate on off. It really reacts. And one feature of this attack decay, it's called like quad-chained analog decay. It's because you can link each end of decay to the trig of next one. This is not the best configuration to show that.
Right, okay, but so
can,
at the end of the decay, it will trigger the next one, and then...
Yeah, it will ratchet, and you can shape like clap-like envelope, or you can even, you have a header on the back, and it allows you to change the last one to the first one, and you can create a like kind of weird sequencer when it loop, and you can even like chain two of this module together and create an 8-step sequencer. Like the time of each step is the time of decay of the time of each decay, and you can also like change the threshold of end of decay. So it's like kind of ratcheting envelope, but pretty nice to do drum. For example. And there is an analog noise normalized to the first input, so you can use it just by itself.
Right, okay, without any. As long as you get
so
a trigger
you have
input.
a small hi-hat,
okay.
and you can. This is like the noise. And for example, here I just like trig here. I just triggered this one, and use the envelope of this one to do a sweep on the orage. Like you have just the sign out, a sweep for the kick, and the sign is going to the next one VCA. So now you have your decay here, and your swipe on time, and that's pretty nice to shape drum. And we have also like. So pretty nice to shape drums. And that's like in spirit of modular, so you can like really play with it.
So what else have we got? So we've got
so next one is
This guy over here.
This guy.
Yeah.
It's like a function generator, like classical one with like 2 function generator. You can loop the function and you can choose between like exponential, linear, or logarithmic curves. You can use it as a slew limiter. I don't know if I can patch something. And you have the end of decay, slew in, control over the like rise and fall, and like pretty classical, but that's something
useful. Yeah.
Yeah, try to be compact. So I don't know if it makes sense on dispatch.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we get the idea of what it can do.
And another one we have, but I don't have any MIDI stuff right here. That's a shame. But this one is called the Portail. It's a compact MIDI to CV module. And so you have USB-C, TRS MIDI, and 6 CV, 6 gate or 16 gate. You will be normally able to link several together. And you will have like a preset recall and a small editor on it, but you will have a web editor. That thing is the same than the mixer. We try to do this for compact system, like it's 5U, so it's the minimum size we can make to have the maximum of possibilities.
So in terms of like the schedule of when things are going to be made and how much they cost, where are we in that cycle? Do we know what is going to be ready? And
yeah, this one is I have the PCB. It has been made. When I come back, just have to calibrate all the volt per octave and all the stuff. So let's say in 1 week I send to our distributor. After the time the shop get it and all the. So I guess 1 month or something like this.
This and one, a price on that one?
It's 350 with VAT.
Okay.
Public price, so remove 20% and you gain €1, of course. And so I don't know the XVAT price.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
And so this
one is almost ready to go.
Yeah,
and then the mixer and the Ricochet.
So the Ricochet, there is some. It's pretty much ready. There is the choice of the faceplate. We have a more or less like charged faceplate, and that's all. Else, everything is like quite ready, but we have to. I would say like produced in 1 month maybe, but it's hard to tell. But normally we have everything to produce it and it's finished. So basically, we just have to produce it. And mixer also, we just have to finish the algorithm, but everything is finished. So this, I think, when I'm going back, I try to launch the production, and like normally it will be pretty fast to do this one, because like we pretty much have everything to make it. The phone output, same. It can be like we are going to make it at the same time than the mixer. And for the price Ricochet, I think it will be around 230 or 250 with VAT. I have to calculate the final price regarding the production price, because it's this day it's like
it changes. Yeah, that's fine.
And Supamix will be around 250.
Okay, perfect.
And the phone, that's a good question, but it will be quite low. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Under 100,
okay,
of course. Right. But it's like the MIDI CV will be like. Sorry, will be like something like 200 maximum, but probably less.
Okay.
Like we try to we have to check the price and see what's the real like cost of it.
Yeah,
like
of course.
Cost. The Volcan will be like that's this one. We have some stuff to change inside, but normally it will be pretty fast too. And the faceplate, we don't know. I have to put the LED more like strong, but we try to try something because the volcano is like thin from behind, but it maybe we might change it. It's a bit kitsch, but
Right. Okay.
I mean that's
Yeah.
it's funny. And this one we plan to make it like less than 150, and I
Okay.
don't know.
Wow,
Like
that's
we
very
try to
reasonable,
go like the cheapest possible.
Right. Okay.
And thing is, on all the new module line, we go full like PCB faceplate because we take the Sonicstate, and there is some like small feature, but you have like homogenization. For example, the jack input have like the input have some small sign on the left, output on the right. You are like have gold to say it's more audio and
Right,
white
okay.
signal, and you have some puzzling kind of line to
So a bit of a kind of change of aesthetic. But
yeah, like more like going from like the old let's say lab aesthetic to more swarm aesthetic,
Yeah,
and
okay.
like try to like I don't know to make and try to make a complex complete system like
cohesive, right?
yeah, it was the same aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
Perfect. Well, Thomas, thank you very much.
thank you.
That was a great demo, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Of course. Thank you.